So then, welcome to the stream, and today we've got two things that we're doing a slightly different. And the first thing I can't really show you because the webcam is stuck and fixed, but I can lift it up probably. So first things first, I've been waiting for the Fulcrum Yoke 1 for such a long time, for probably about 12 months now. And in that 12 months, I used it at RF Cosford, and it was the best yoke ever. So I chose that I wanted to buy it and pre-order it and whatever, so I did. Unfortunately, due to COVID and all that, it has had its delays, but that then led me on to, I was using a default Logitech flight stick, just a joystick, and it had a few dead zones and it was horrible. So every time I moved, it was very sensitive to like inputs, and it was really doing my head in. So what happened then was I thought, I can't wait any longer. I need something new. I can't be dealing with that. So I ended up buying this, and I'm going to lift it up. Right, this here is the wonderful Thrustmaster Warthog Flight Stick. Now I'll turn it all the way around just so you can see all the buttons. But yeah, it's pretty heavy, right? And you normally get the throttle quadrant, but because I don't fly military most often, I didn't want to get the throttle quadrant simply because it just wasn't worth my money. So I chose not to. So cut a long story short, got this. The following day, I get an email. Your order's ready. Place your order. We're going to send it out for the yoke. I was like, oh no. So, but I've kept them both because the stick will be good for when I fly like Spitfires and things like that. The yoke will be good when I fly A2A, GA planes, the 172, things like that. So I can swap between. In terms of the stick, it's amazing. It's all metal. The plastic is really solid. It's been going for well over probably 10 years now, I think, from what I read the other day. But it still is an amazing stick. And I believe inside the little box at the bottom, it's got some really fancy sensors. And in those sensors, it means that you don't get dead zones and things like that. So that's that. So my new yoke, will hopefully be coming on Wednesday, depending on UPS. So I know that the guys at Fulcrum have already shipped it out. It's just a case of the courier now, which is UPS. So fingers crossed, it's going to come on Wednesday, and hopefully at some point, whether it be Wednesday, Wednesday evening maybe, I don't know. I want to do like an unboxing video. I'm just going to basically video me taking a look, right, and open it up, and then I might not do a flight with it that night because it will need some setting up, but it'll definitely be cool just to have a look at what's in the box, how it comes together, and that sort of thing, really. So yeah, we'll get onto that another day. But for today, we're going to be flying purely with the stick, and you'll see how smooth it is, and I'll describe some of the nuances that I had with my other stick in comparison to this stick, and what the difference in price really means, because it really does make a difference. Now, onto the second part, well, third part even, yeah, could be third part. I now have, Skypad, right? I didn't even know that was open, but I've got Skypad, and I don't know if I've got the mouse on it. So, Skypad is by Parallel 42. My good friend Edson, him and his crew has come together with Parallel 42, produced this product. And the only way I can think of describing it is a bit of a flight logger, but it gives you purpose. It's got a financial system in the background that you can kind of work with. It's going to get improved. Currently, it's only in like early access, so it's still early days, but it is such a great product. I had a few teething issues initially. But if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see some of my tweets, but nothing too drastic. Just queries. But yeah, I've sorted those out, and it works. I mean, you know, it is. I've done a few flights, and I'll give you a bit of an overview actually while I'm here. Right, so let's start off with the overview, because then we can load into a flight and we can actually do a flight. Right, so it's asleep at the moment, and I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll just move on to my other screen, and I'll just open up the transponder application if we can. There we go. Right, so let's do a display capture. Right, so oh god, let's get rid of the Christmas lights. Right, display capture. Here we go. So we've got the transponder, and all this is, it checks for updates, and you've got your preferences. And your preferences are like enable a list that's so stolen or illegal merchandise. So what it is you're moving from one area, say for instance, you just, this generates contracts like flights, and you're pretending to move items from one place to another via your plane, and you can use any plane you want. It doesn't have a limitation on that. You don't buy the planes. It's not. It just wants you to have fun. That's what this content is. So illicit content, you can turn that off, but it's a bit fun having it on, and I'll show you the differences on what that means. Obviously, you've got your audio outputs. You've got your character volumes, your sound effects volumes. I've got them quite low, but we'll get onto that. And rich presence, and I think that just means that if I'm on Discord, it shows that I'm on Skypad doing some work. So what we'll do is we'll click done on that, and I'll leave that in the background. We don't need to worry about that. Right, so that's what that does. Let's just go back onto the main screen so I can just swipe that across. Right, whoops. So it's on the sleep screen at the minute, and we click the screen, it comes up with a nice background. It's a bit like a pad, and they call it the Skypad. And if you press home, you get these. Now I'm going to go to some of the easy ones first. So settings. So you've got some settings. Shows you the change log after what's currently been updated. Now there's been quite a few updates actually, so it's quite interesting. Display. So you can get for a smaller or larger Skypad. So that's just the size of the window. I don't think it makes. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see it on the string. It goes not too smaller, but I like the smaller. You can have it always on top, which I do anyway, and you can do it with that pin there. You've got a light theme and a dark theme, a bit like your normal tablet that you have at home. And you've got automatic, but I like the dark theme because I'm always in a pretty dark place, so I like to keep the dark theme. Configuration. So at the very start, now this thing, I've got to just point this out. So when I first got this, there was no manual, right? So you're clicking around, you think, what am I doing, right? But trust me, you don't need a manual, right? You watch the tutorial, it tells you what to do, it tells you what all the bits are, and it's just so intuitive, it's brilliant. So that's that. You can re-watch these things, and it'll show you what to do. Right. Let's get to home. So obviously got feedback to them what your thoughts are. Now, holdings is basically, if you do a flight, you earn money. I'll tell you what, I'll go through it. Right, so contracts. So you've got, let's clear all the criteria, right? So this is all the contracts that you can do, right? You can move this map around, you can zoom in, and eventually it will pick up, so you can search this region and it will give you all the contracts, and you can go in a little bit further maybe and search that region. It picks up little bits here and there, but let's just stick with that now. The other interesting item is the weather. So it shows the weather, the current live weather, and that's quite good if you want to try and find a spot where a contract that the weather's not going to be too bad. And you've got your contracts down here. Now you've got filters. I'm just going to go into filters, but you can change what you're searching for in terms of the size of plane. You can do distance. So I like to do short hops. So let's do 40 for instance. And you can do any. Currently it's only limited to cargo, but there will be passengers at some point, and you've got ferries, bush trips and stuff. Right. We've also got feeling lucky, so you can do an advanced search on feeling lucky. You can do all sorts of different advanced searches here. Hey up, Rob. Welcome to the stream. Oh, excuse me. I just had a glass of wine. It's come back. So yeah, you've got all these different filters that you can do, which is pretty cool. So I've just filtered on short hops, right, and that's what we get. So let's just search again. Now, when you find a contract, say for instance, I want to go through a couple of contracts. So this first one, you see this symbol here? So if we go to info now, there's two different types of, because I've got like the illicit content, what that means is there's two different groups. You've got this foxy looking, wolf looking group, and you've got the clear sky group, right? And you have karma. And basically, this is all the illicit stuff, right? So this here, you'll notice that we're actually, what we're delivering. Is it just pushback equipment? Yeah, it's just pushback equipment, right? And this is for the good group, right? And then if we go across, I'm wondering if there's any bad stuff. Right, let's clear the filter, right? And there'll be some bad stuff somewhere. Oh, there's no bad stuff in the UK. Look at that. There's no bad stuff in the UK. Let's have a look a little bit further out. I did spot one just before, and now I can't find. There you go. So this one. So if we get to the info on this one, you've got the wolf, the coyote, contract by coyote, and this is counterfeit apparel. So you've got that kind of element, and it's got karma. So yeah, there's some karma stuff going on, which could play a factor later on. Who knows? But yeah, you can search. I like to search for the say 40 nautical miles, just a little short hop, and we get some groups there. And you can choose anywhere in the world pretty much if you just research. So I always fly the UK, and there's a few little blobs around here. There's Australia. There's quite a few in Australia. I mean, maybe we should do a trip in Australia, So what you can do, you can click on the line. If you click on an airport, you get these different options, and you can search for specific like departures, arrivals, or even more contracts that go between those two airports, which is quite cool. Or you can click the line; it'll take you to that contract at the bottom here. And then what you want to do is you can see what it is, organic malt, and it gives you the distance, and it's expected in 3 days. So basically, if you request this contract and you get the contract, what that's saying is you need to complete that contract within 3 days, right? And I'll come on to what happens when you don't, right? But we'll get there. And what you can do is you can click the info and you get paid, right? That's the key thing, you get paid, right? And when you go into info, it'll tell you how much experience. So you as a pilot will level up, and it gives you some suggested planes here and helicopter, and it tells you how much karma that it's going to increase or decrease. Who provide the contract. It also looks for like the highest obstacle, so that's useful if you don't want to go through mountains and stuff. It's quite useful to find that out. Oh, okay, I don't know what my sim was doing there, but it did some stuff. So you have to start off at the place, and then we'll do this one actually, because this one's quite a good one. So what we'll do is we'll request it because we think, okay, we'll do that. Right. Now in the sim, let me just go to the sim then. And what we'll do is we'll load up we're going to take out the 172, but we're going to load up YE CH. Whoops. There we go. Right. Right. Looks about right. I've never flown around here or anything, so we're just gonna literally just set a parking spot, and we're not going to go to the fuel box. We're going to go to ramp 1 because the fuel box always opens up the fuel box, and I don't really want to do that. So YCOH. Right, here we go. So I've put live weather because I'm not using my my Rex weather tool today. I'm just going to use the built-in Microsoft weather, and obviously we've got straight a direct route. I'm just going to move the time slightly so we can see things. It's useful. Right, let's keep that there, and let's have a look at this. So we've plugged that route in. Now what's going to happen is we can go manage. Now what this does, it takes you to the conduit page, right? Now this lists all your completed contracts. So when you first start this app, you get an introductory training flight, and you do that flight. It talks you through what you have to do. It's quite simple, but it's worth. You have to do it to get to your contracts. And I've done a few other flights just as a bit of a practice because I wanted to use my new stick and get used to make sure that this all worked before I started the stream. So they're all my completed ones, and this is the one that I've started. Right. If I go back to home, you select contracts, search for your contracts there. Then when you select a contract and request it, it takes you to the conduit page, which is where you get this, okay? Right, this is where we're going to use it to load the plane and do stuff, right? So we can get a flight plan. Now what this is going to do is it will do a direct flight from the one airport, that airport, to the destination, right? But what you can do is, say if you use a tool like Little Nav Map, for instance, right? What you can save, can you see that? No, you can't see that. You can save flight plans as a .pln file, and what that means is then in your lovely tool, you can load the plan. So if you're doing a long flight, you can do VOR navigation, all that kind of stuff. But we don't need to do that today. Right, I think we click fly. No, 1 minute. Right, we're sticking the conduit page for now. So in FS, we've put the thing and we'll press fly. This will take a little bit of time to load. And the other thing I want to do is, in a little nav map, I want to search for my flight. So YCH departure, show on the map. Uh-oh, my computer is having a bit of a fit. Right, YCOH, there we go. Kahuna is the destination. Okay. So that's what we're doing today, right? Now what I've done, because in FS, it's unless you can tune the ATIS, you can't really tell what your altimeter is and all that. So what I tend to do is now I've got it synced. Oh, I didn't mean to do it in the daytime. I'll change the time because I want it to do in the daytime, not night time. Look at the night time. Just change the time of day. I don't want it to be in the middle of the night, so that'll do. Right. So what I've got it to do is it will pick up the VATSIM weather, and then that'll help me with winds and also the pressure as well. I don't know if you can see my mouse on that screen, but yeah, you can. So on there you can see winds and also your pressure for your altimeter. So we'll work with that. Right then. So we're in the plane, and what we have here is we've got the Skypad, and we've got the organic. It recognises that I've got a frog in my throat, so apologies. It recognises that we're at the airport, and we're at the right airport, and we are going to load the organic malt into my 172. And sometimes you get a voiceover, sometimes you don't. We didn't get a voiceover then, but yeah, there we go. So now we're pretty much ready to go. And I like to use this page, the conduit page, because it gives you the airport information. So it gives you some runway information. So what, dirt or this other one, bituminous? And we'll hit that one actually, I think. Right, so that's that. So first things first, let's just make sure my controls are working as I want them to. Yes, that's good. And what we'll do, we'll start the plane up. Make sure parking brakes on, and then in theory, in the real world, you'd crack the throttle, you'd put the fuel pump on, you'd watch the fuel pressure rise, and you'd count to like 2 or 3 or 4. And then you'd turn the fuel pump off. Whoops. And then we'll kick it off. So we'll keep the RPMs above 1000 or 1200 to warm the engines up. We'll also lean the mixture out until you see a drop, general drop in the RPM. And just nudge that in a little bit. Nav lights. Don't put the rest on just yet. And because I put the flight plan, it does pick up the flight plan. Right, there we go. Now we've got enough fuel. We've got half a tank in each. Altimeter. So looking at the weather in little map, we have got 2977. So we've got 2977. Anywhere around there, that'll do. Right. Looking at the Skypad, our runway is 17 or 35. Look at the winds. The wind is at 159, so we're looking at runway 17, which is 17. So in the sim, we can set that, which is completely the other way now. .1817. Can't really see 17, but it's somewhere in there, around that general direction of my thing. Which basically means it should be over there somewhere, or over there. There it is. So that's the runway there. Cool. So let me go back to the Skypad for a minute. So if we get a tick, and we get a tick, and then we get an arrow, and that arrow means you need to go there now, and that's where we're heading. Okay. So that's good. Right, so let's just check the controls on the stick. Perfect. And my rudder pedals. Now I'll tell you something. I've recently I bought some grease, right, for my I played golf and my golf trolley's wheels were squeaking. And basically I bought some grease to put on the grease of that, And what I thought I'd try is I'd try and grease my rudder pedals just slightly, just a little bit, a thin layer. And I'll tell you, it's made such a big difference. It's mad. It's so smooth now. You still get the mechanical of the plastic, you know, the movement, but it's still really good. Right, so let's get taxiing. So first things first, taxi light on, and we're going to head over to the runway. Now I've set up my stick, so I'm just going to test my flaps. Both flaps seem to work, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to head out that way. Actually, we'll head there. So, don't need the whole runway, but I think I will just venture off down here for a bit because oh, there's the taxi light in the middle of the taxiway. Welcome to Microsoft. So the weather's looking good. Happy with that. I'm hoping you can get round here because without going onto the dirt, I mean, it's a bit weird. Oh no, this is just another taxi place. So you have to go onto the in the middle. Fair enough. Let's do that anyway. Let's just go back to where we just come from. Hey up, Joers. So we'll head back to the runway down, and then we'll take off. The weather's looking absolutely fantastic, and the scenery is going to be good. Taxi light in the middle of the taxiway. Oh, sorry for coughing down my throat. Right then. We're at the taxiway, we're at the runway. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop here. There's no runway light, but here. One notch of flaps. We're now going to keep them RPMs above 1,000. Strobe lights on, landing lights on, turn the taxi lights off as long as we've got the lights on. Mixture full, and we can head our way out. So we should have enough runway to just head straight out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and then turn around a bit. Now the interesting thing is that does not work. That is not right. But we'll just ignore that. Right, so let's just spin it round here. Go. So waiting for the 55 marker on the speed. Thereabouts, anywhere around there. Then gently lift back. And up we go. Now we've got going almost completely opposite direction, so let's just put the flaps up now that we're up. It's going to be a wicked flight, this is. And let's start our turn. We're going to start turning to the right. Now I'm going to just use my trim. I'm just going to trim up a little bit. Just so I don't have to pull back on the stick every 10 seconds. So the Thrustmaster stick is so sensitive. It's just, but it's not sensitive in a bad way. It's sensitive in a good way. So like, there's no dead zone. So no matter how small the input is, it'll be nice and small in the sim. It has got like a slight centre point to it, so when it goes into the centre, it's a bit clunky, but it's just because it just feels well made. But it doesn't pull, if you know what I mean. It's quite good how it does it. So that's where we're leaving. So see you later. How very apt, we're in Australia and I'm going to see you later. And I didn't mean to do that. Right, so we're up in the air and we're flying. So this is the contract we're doing, and we're just working. Oh, I keep doing that. You have to click the window, otherwise it doesn't. Start turning to the left. So we're flying here to Kahuna, and that's the runway, the only runway we've got. And this is how much XP we're going to get. Good. I normally go up to about 2,000 feet. I tend to go up to 2,000 feet, and then I level off. Hey Sim, how you doing, my friend? I'm currently using the Skypad at the moment. There it is. Skypad action. Right, so we're currently at 2,000, so I'm just going to level off. Trim out a little bit, reduce the throttles, don't overpower it. How you been, Sim? You been good? I think everyone's in the same boat, aren't they? Everyone's in the same boat, which is fantastic. But yeah, I'll cheers him. Yeah, it's my normal stream livery. Created it myself, and then focus thing. What focus thing, Phil? Because we're not on autopilot, we're kind of veering off. I could put the autopilot on, but I don't like doing that because I like flying. So there we go. Australia, here we go. And in the distance, I don't know, in the distance that kind of looks like a rainbow. Kind of looks like we might get some rain, but who knows? I love looking down though at like the water and stuff. It's just so mad. That's all we need to set the focus. I can't be bothered with all that. Thanks for the heads up, but I don't know if I can be bothered to mess around while I'm trying to fly and stuff. You know? That's one dirty lake. I love the water though. The water's amazing. So I have the stick set up, and I don't know whether you can. I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can open up a window and try and show you. Let's have a look at the images. Let's see if I can find an image. That might work. Okay, yeah, that will definitely work. Here we go. So, display capture. Just for the moment. Let me just make sure I'm on the right track, because it keeps veering off to the left, and I don't want to go to the left. Right, let's go back in here. So if we look on this image, for instance, let's open image in a new tab. How can we do it? No, let's just do it here. So this is the stick that I've got now. It's amazing. It's so worth the money to get. So I've got my trim on this up and down. I've got my views on here. I've got my flaps on this. This little finger kind of button I've got as my switching between drone cam and not. This pauses my head tracking, and this resets my head tracking. So I could do a lot more, but that's what I've got so far. And as I say, it is just amazing in terms of just the movement of the. And it's not so. It's good in FS2020, but if you take like a P3D A2A plane, you know, like the Spitfire, you know, I can understand why Rob, Dream Wings, loves the Spitfire with that stick. And look, we have got a rainbow, so yeah, we might have some rain, but we'll see. Scenery in this is so good. It is really good. I mean, we're over Australia at the minute, so it's a bit red, a bit brown. But that's the good thing about the Skypad, is the Skypad will let you fly anywhere in the world, you know. So, you know, if I go back to the home page and have contracts, you can. Oh, I'm already on contracts. So I can zoom right out, clear that, and you can literally zoom. Let's just do that and search this region. Right? I mean, it only picks up those, but literally anywhere where you want to fly, you search the region. You'll come up with contracts. You know? Now, at the minute, obviously, I'm down here, so that's where we want to go. And not only that, is I like to have that whole just a 40 nautical mile kind of trip, do some short hops. We're doing this one at the minute, which is pretty cool. Let's go back onto that. Oh, hello. Double click the button. Rainbow! Oh, can't see it now. There you go. There's your little rainbow. Oh, there it is. So I was about to say I had a double rainbow when I was over the Alps. This means that we might potentially get rain. So it's an interesting feature. I wasn't expecting rain. But, we've only got 7 minutes of flight, so and we'll do another one. No, we'll keep doing these after. So I'm going to have a look at a little nav map while we're going through this little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show information here, and we'll look at the weather. Now the weather should be pretty simple. So 29.85. We'll keep that on there. So 29.5. Somewhere around there. Do. Now what I have found, I don't know what causes it, I don't know what's been causing it, but what I have found is every now and again the sim will crash, and I've looked at the logs and the event viewer, and apparently it's a common crash that nobody's found a problem, no one's found a resolution to. So unfortunately, if it does crash, then I'll show you what you do when it crashes, because actually the Skypark does a really good fancy thing for you. So it realises that it's lost connection to the sim, it pauses the contract, and then you can go back and actually, as long as you're in like a radius of where it crashed, you can then resume the flight, which is a useful thing, because I used to fly, now I've kind of called it a day because I don't want to fly it anymore, but I used to fly for Fly UK, virtual airline, and if you crashed, you'd have to start the flight again, and you couldn't really resume it. Well, I never worked out how to do that anyway. But yeah, the Skypark is 100% about the fun. Now we're going through some ugly weather. We've got some rain going down the rivers. We've got rainbows. I wasn't expecting bad weather. We've got bad weather. Rainbow. So we do need to start turning to the left. Because we want to kind of get back onto that magenta line if we can. Let's do a standard turn. And there is actually a river down here, and the river, you could follow that river. It would take you. It would eventually take you to the airport we're going to. Obviously, it would meander all over the shop, so we're not going to do that today. But as I say, the flight stick's amazing, and I've got no regrets of getting that, because, as I say, with the planes that require a stick, not like the 172 even, the planes that require a stick, it makes such a huge difference. But when I get my new yoke, hopefully Wednesday, fingers crossed, if there's not a delay with UPS, when I get my new yoke, I'm hoping that we can then look at unboxing it, having a look at it. I won't be able to use it, as I say, because it will take some time to set up, but we'll definitely have a look at it. It's quite funny actually today, because I spoke to my boss, who we're ploughing all the way down to the earth there. Wonderful. I spoke to my boss today and I told him that I was going to get my new yoke, and he went, oh, so on Wednesday in the morning, if it comes in the morning, I'm not expecting you to do any work for the rest of the day. I was just like, of course you are. No, but it'll probably, if it does come Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday Eve. I mean, I would really want to open it up. I might open it up just to have a look at it before I open it up on stream, but I'll put it all back in the box and have a look on stream. We've got some turbulence for these clouds. I really did not want weather like this. I'm just kind of thinking what the weather's like. Tell me what the weather's like, so that's it's an interesting one, because we're overcast at the minute and it's not good, is it? it doesn't bode well when we've got to go and try and land this thing. I mean, we can see the ground, so we should be okay when we get a bit closer. We're only 2 minutes out, we're 3 nautical miles out now, so let's just start slowing us down. Now this is where the sky paddle comes in handy, because the elevation is 260, right? So we know that as long as the pressure's set up correctly, which it is, the elevation's 260, so if we went down to 1,500 for instance, we get a better view of the lie of the land, but also we know we're not going to plough to the earth. I'm going to start slowing right now. Maybe we can go down to 1,000 feet. Trouble at the moment because we can't see where we're going, but let's just keep going down and following this straight, and then if we can see the airport, see, I think I've got a funny feeling that's the airport in front of us, which is 15 and 30. And what I'm going to look at is the weather quickly on it. The wind is at 209, so we're actually zeros there, so 15. So I've got a funny feeling that is the airfield, and we're currently on downwind. So where you gone? Oh no! Oh, there it is. There it is. So that's the airport. Right, let's just lift up a little bit. Mixture's full. Flaps are going to be coming down any minute. We'll start our turn. So full flaps. Start our turn. What a flight! I was not expecting this weather, but there we go. Going down quite low. It's going to be interesting to try and find the runway. Oh, I've lost my way again. Is there anything around here that we can see? Jeez, I've lost my way. Let's keep heading this way, we might be able to find it. Runway 15 is the runway. Oh, there's the runway. Oh, that is so lucky. That's so lucky. We're right on it. I haven't trimmed or anything for the landing. We'll just hand fly it in. We're a little bit too fast. Oh, there we go, we touched, and the rudder pedals are really sensitive in this sim, but we're okay today. Let's just push the brakes because we kind of do want to just nip into here. Wow. So you get lovely tooltips as well. I don't want to park. Let's get to that one instead. Let's get it. How do you get to that? We'll park where that guy is. What we didn't do is turn the strobes and the lights off, the taxi lights on. I'm a little bit like that. So here we go. So now we park it up here, put the parking brake on, landing taxi lights off. And there we go. Now for good measure, I do like to shut it down. Oops, turn the landing lights off. So there we go. Right, now Skypad. Boom. Now this is where we have just move my plane from it. So this is where we've ticked that box because we're now there. And now we've got to do the drop off. So these arrows and ticks kind of lead the way, and now we've got to deliver it. So we just deliver. But what we'll do is we'll go back into the plane just in case it gives you some verbal. There we go. Great job. So it says you completed, you've done your job, you've got some money there, you've got some XP, which has leveled me up. We've got extra karma. Perfect, then you can get straight back into browse contracts. And if you know where you are, we can actually search the area. I don't know what it keeps zooming out, but it keeps zooming out. Let's just say we wanted to do this contract. We could fly from there to there, or we could just reload the sim, which I'm planning on doing because I don't want to fly Australia again. I definitely don't want to fly in this weather. So it's quite weird how the weather's not over where we're at, but it is what it is. Right. So then this brings me on to my next bit. So Yo Flight is when you're actually in the flight, and what you can do, we've completed it now, but it will give you your route, it will give you your little plane, and it will act as a bit of a planner, and you can turn different things on and off if you like, and you've got what your settings of the plane, so you're heading a certain way. It also gives you some details of where you're going to and from and all that, which is quite good. It's quite good. As I say, holdings, when you earn money, so we've just done that one, it shows you what you've got, right? So yeah, so that's that one. Then we've also got progress. Now this, so obviously we've got the bank balance, which is what we're looking at, and just that's making me feel sick if I just block my head movements a little bit. So obviously you got your money, you got your experience, you got your level, and then you got your karma. Now this is if you do contracts for it's not Skypark, what is it? I can't remember what it is, but the good one, it goes up that way. And if you do it Coyote, it goes down that way. Then you've got this reliability. Now, reliability is an interesting one. I've not done this myself, and I will eventually, but I haven't done it myself. Is if you look on here, during the tutorial, basically you've got like this assistant, and she goes, "Oh, if you come and meet me at the hometown of KC, I can't remember where that is because Edson's there. I can't remember where that is, but you go there. And I've not done this yet. But this is where it's going to be interesting. But if you fly into there, you can say, go take out for a meal, and for a few hours, it shows you what reliability score you've got. Now, obviously, if you're doing contracts on time all the time, you're going to get a better reliability score. So that's what that is. Then you got your settings and you got your feedback. Right. So where shall we fly next? Let's go Japan. Never flown Japan before. It's a bit weird how it does that sometimes. It zooms in and out. I wanted to go there, somewhere in there. Maybe there's no contracts in there, and that's what it zooms out. But this is where it's interesting because you can choose places where you've never flown before, and you can go to it. So the one thing, this has got a hard runway, and is that a hard runway? It looks like both of these look like hard runways. let's for the laugh, let's do that one. Right. So let's request it and manage it. And let's get to the airport. Right, so let's go back to main menu. And while we're doing that, I'm going to set up the little nav map. So where are we going? It's RJFU Nagasaki departure. Right. RJDA Amakusa. And then we'll show that one on the map so that we can see. Perfectimo. This one's going to be a cool little flight because it's quite a big airport that we're going from, and yeah, it's quite interesting. This one, it's over some water as well, which I don't normally do. So RJFU. Right. I'll zoom in. So we'll go to that park in there just because we can. And then this one we'll go to RJDA. So it's only over the way. But as I say, we're coming over here. Shouldn't take too long. I like short hops, so 20-minute hops is pretty cool. We don't want to be 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's do it nicely in the afternoon, say 2:30 in the afternoon. The current weather conditions are not fantastic, but let's just load it in and have a look. Let's just have a look. So this, we're actually loading in, we're actually flying articles of leather. So we're moving a load of leather. So yeah, so we'll just keep doing some hops, you know, it's quite fun. Little short hops, 15 minutes, so by the time you get up, it's time to come down, you know, it keeps it fresh. I quite like those kind of little hops. But obviously, this, the Skypark can do a full range of aircraft, and it doesn't matter what aircraft you use, so it doesn't force you. So when I was flying for Fly UK, you had to unlock planes or weights of planes. So for instance, you start off with, say, I can't remember what you started off with, like a Grand Caravan or something. And then when you do more flights and get your hours up, it then says, oh, you're entitled to fly. I changed the bloody weather. I changed the time, so I don't know why it's kept the time tonight. So anyway, and it would unlock, like, say, I don't know, the next one up, and then it would unlock the next one up, and before you know it, you've unlocked a 737, but it's took you time to get there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press ready to fly, and then I'm going to move. We don't need fuel. I'm going to set the time. I think it was 2:30, but I think anywhere by like 3 o'clock would be cool. Right, let's just recenter my camera. Let's get this going. So beacon on. Make sure you've got your fuel on. Mixture full. Throttle cracked. Batteries on. What we didn't do was set the parking brake. So, altimeter is 30.3. also check the compass, but this compass doesn't vary, like it doesn't change. So we just check the compass. That's that. Next thing, let's just spin that onto Alt. Let's put one bunch of flaps down. Let's load the plane. So that's another thing as well. So it'll let you load the plane even if the plane's running. Where Fly UK would say no, you've got to have your engine stopped. Don't get me wrong, Fly UK absolutely perfect, absolutely bang on, it's brilliant. But I've been with them for 5 years. It's just started to get a bit draining. They require you to do a flight once every month. And then the Skypark came out. I thought, you know what? I can fly anything I want, anywhere I want, and it has that same kind of functionality. So I'm gonna go with that. And then it just gives me this variation. No way would I have chosen to fly in Japan, you know, any other time. So let's go. So we've gone on to, we've done the load. We now can do plan and fly and whatever. So this is us. It takes you to the, if you go fly, it takes you to this, and then you can see, and you can zoom out to see where you want to go. So you've just got like runways and stuff. If I just look at the weather, the winds are at 0.7. I can't remember what the runways are for this. So what we need to do is maybe go back to the conduit. Okay, so 0.7. What's the closest? Is it 3.2? It's 3.2, isn't it? Is it 3.2 closer to 0.7? 0.7's there, so it's pretty much, it's not actually. The closest is 14, so we'll go to 14. 140. Runway. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll just kick it like that, really. We'll just keep it there and off we go. So we need to head over to, I think it's to the right, and then, now I'm not going to do a pushback or anything, just because I'm like that. In real life, obviously the wings would be snapping off at the minute, but let's try and find that runway. Right, let's go on the markers and we might be able to find it a little bit easier. Where is the runway? Some stupid van driver. You keep going. So we're going to be taking off down that way. So let's head our way over towards this side. And hopefully we'll have it so it moves more to the left. Wherever we can get onto the runway, that's where we're going to head off. And the other thing, I'll show you something else as well, which is really good. And it's been a flight actually that I've wanted to do, so I might do it. I might do it, but let's finish this flight first, and we'll see. We'll see. There we go. Right. So let's just stop here for a second. Strobes on, landing lights on. Mixture full, flaps 1 notch, altimeter set, good to go. Trim good, trim is good. So when A2A finally do a plane for FS2020, now, unfortunately Scott and Jake had a bit of a mishap in the Aerostar, which is what they're actually developing for this, in the real world Aerostar. And that's to do a belly landing, gear up landing. They're both safe, which is the most important thing, obviously. some serious crosswind then. Let's just do some trimming, flaps up. See you later. Oh, and build it up there. It's a little bit windy, so the seas are quite choppy. Right, so yeah, that's the gear up landing, and they're both safe. But I think in terms of the plane, I think it would need some work, and obviously that's going to cause a delay, I would imagine, to the Aerostar. But once we get an A2A plane in FS, that with the Skypark even, you know, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be amazing, especially with my new yoke on the way as well. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Hey up, Lewis. Love you, mate. Hope the kids are good, mate. Hope the kids are good. Oh, I do love this scene. Right, let's, I need to do a screenshot of the plane because for my YouTube, so capture region, just quickly capture a screenshot. Perfect. That's just the choppy seas today. Choppy. Oh, my V-stream has just logged me out, so I'm just going to log back in again. I don't know if you can hear me, I can't see the chats at the moment, so just give me 2 seconds and I'll log back in. It's just Yeah, it was on mute. For some reason, my restream logged me out. My restream logged me out, and there's a delay. I might have to restart my chat. 1 minute. Oh well. So I can see my chat on the stream on my OBS, but I can't see the chat within the actual chat itself. So whatever if someone just sent a message, yeah. What happened was my restream logged me out of the chat for some reason. Whether it was because when I moved my phone, I might have clicked the away button, and what that does is it mutes my microphone and turns my camera off like this. So I think I've accidentally clicked that. So I was there chatting away like a lunatic, and you couldn't hear a word I was saying. You didn't miss anything. It's so cool. It's okay. It's cool. I was just kind of saying that we're gonna hopefully, once we've done this flight, we're gonna level up to level 3. We're gonna increase the karma a little bit, and we're gonna get a nice payout, and we can have a look at the payout after we complete the flight. Should be good. Can someone just type in the chat just to see whether I'm getting the chats? Because I'm quite curious about that now. I don't know why my restream did that, it just logged me out. Very annoying. So we've got 10 nautical miles to go. Just up there. And there we go. Cheers, Rob. Yeah, it's a very strange one. I must have, well, number one, Restream logged itself out for no reason. I must have clicked my away button by accident. The joys of streaming. You can't really imagine if you did that, Rob, on your YouTube. You did a whole flight chatting away, and then you realised that actually your mic was muted the whole way. Nice. Just give it little turnings because this stick is just absolutely amazing. I love the Thrustmaster stick. It's just amazing. Yeah, Lewis turned up. I saw his chat. He says oh, I could kind of read it off my OBS because that registered the chat, and it says something like something about pimp you on my Twitch. I think he says, and then he says something like I can see you, and then it went your stream buffered for a bit, and then it went on about my mic being on. So yeah, yeah, everything was going really well until then. All we need now is a bit of a sim crash to happen. Right, so 2,000 feet, and we're just chilling. We've got 5 nautical miles, we're about 3 minutes out. I think I can see the, if we just look above the dash, and I'll just look over there, I think that's the runway. It's quite a big airport. So let's start looking at things like our weather. So 30.33 is what we're looking at here. So 30 decimal plus anywhere around there will do. Nice. Compass is always right. The runway, if we look at the weather, the winds are at 0.006, 0.60, so, and the runway is 3, so let's go to there. No, I'm not sure whether that is the I'm not sure whether that is the airport, but up to that when I wasn't recording the screen. It looks like the runway, but unless the runway is completely the wrong runway. Let me have a look at the information in there. So how can that be the wrong? Oh, how can that be wrong? Anyway, I haven't slowed down either. So I think that is the airfield. The runway isn't what I thought it would be. Oh, hold on, no, sorry, it isn't 6. It's 1-3, which actually makes sense now that why that's saying 31 is the runway to go on to. Sorry, I'm babbling to myself here, but yeah. So we're now just joined on downwind. We'll head out. Everything's set up for the landing. There's a bit of turbulence. We're okay. On the downwind, just slow the plane down a bit. Look at the view out that window. Crazy. Still got a bit of time to slow down, but we're in the flap zone now, so we can start deploying some flaps. Increase the manifold pressure slightly. Just nose down a touch with the trim. That'll do us nicely. Not quite there yet. It's very turbulent. Very turbulent. See, no way in a million years would I have chosen to fly to and from these airports, you know, but the scenery is just absolutely brilliant, and you miss out on so much when you just fly the same routes and stuff, and that's what the Skypark does. It kind of helps you discover new places. It's really cool. So let's just do a turn. Hopefully go on to base, I think it is. Yeah. Let's just look out the window. We're not quite there yet. We don't want to lose any more altitude, so just increase the manifold pressure and throttle just a little bit. Quite low actually, but we'll be okay. It's quite a big airport actually, this one. So just keep heading this way until we to a good point to turn. I think now's a good point to turn. So I want to keep the airplane level because we are quite low. We've got 1 yellow and 3 reds. We have actually got PAPI lights. It's been a while since I've used the PAPI lights. Just keep turning until we get to where we need to be. Use a bit of rudder to manage that crosswind if we can. Got quite a big crosswind. Let's just dip that to the side again. God, this turbulence at the minute is just nuts. There we go. Do a loop. Get stuffed. Do a loop. You come online and do a loop. Show me how you do a loop. Do a backflip. Can you fly into that building? Child. Silly trolls. I'm used to Lewis. Right. Cut the throttle, float it down a little bit. Switch. Oh, we are pointing in the wrong direction because the tracking software is all over the shop. Ah, I'm losing it. There we go. Right. It was quite good until my rudder pedals just started going like this. Well, flaps are up. We're going to park it over that way. There we go. Now the one thing I do notice with this stick is it's bloody massive. Like it's really tall, and in comparison to my other stick, it's my other stick's really like tiny in comparison. Look at that way, and that van can get stuffed. Move your van. Move your bloody van. It's a really big stick. I'm just gonna park anywhere, but yeah. I think I was actually going to. I'm just gonna dump it here. This is where I'm going. There's no other planes around. We can do what the bloody hell we want. Right, so parking brake on. Taxi light off. Lights off. Master's off. Cut the engine. So that's that. Let's just put that in a decent position somewhere. That'll do for now. Right, so Skypad. So we'll deliver that cargo. Yeah. Great job. So we get more money. That's the amount we're increasing. That's the amount we're increasing. So we're still level. Did we level up? No, we didn't level up. Oh, we're slightly off. Got lots of karma though. When you finish, I liked stream myself, Jimbo. When am I coming off? I'm probably coming off in about an hour. Loving Skype. Yeah, Skype. Are you on the phone? Is it like your autocorrect on the phone? Anyway, Sim, are you not meant to be streaming right now? You normally stream about this time, don't you? Right, let's close that. We are so close to being level 3. So, let's go back to home. Let's choose a contract. Right, where should we fly now? Should we fly in America, Europe? Where should we fly? So I like Florida, Mexico. Never flown in Mexico ever. Let's do this one. This looks fun. I wanted it to be like the dark side. I haven't done one of them yet. We're gonna move some nuts. Should we do that one? Lately I've been streaming Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, yeah, you do Sundays, don't you? Because I'll watch you Sundays sometimes when I go to bed. And I just had a message. Just check the message. Whatever. Yeah, I'll do, because you do this. Is it the Sunday night race or something? I'm always in bed, so I can't put the sound on, but I'll watch it. Yeah. And I love it when someone gives me a subscription to your stream, because I like the little donuts, the heart donuts. Anyway, let's do this one. So let's go info, so you can check it out before you do it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one. We're going to move some nuts. This is going to be interesting because I've never flown anywhere like this. So let's move our plane into the nice, wonderful... Can you move the plane without... No, you can't in this, can you? Without actually quitting to the main menu. Right, in the old little nav map, let's have a look what it's like. So let's go to WM Mesa I'm going to pronounce that. And then NNVQ. Holy sholy, that's even worse, that one. Show on the map. Look at that. Now Nahutil airstrip or something. This is where we're going. This is what we're doing. Whoosh. Look at this. And then we're going from Mesa del No. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, show information. So we've got some weather. We've got scattered clouds, but other than that, everything looks superb. And the temperature is 27 degrees, so let's go there. Let's load it up. So, first things first, NMWN. Let's choose a parking, doesn't really matter where. Let's NMVQ. And then we will do real flight conditions, live flying. Time is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is perfect. So maybe I should just fly fly in Mexico and America overnight. Yeah, so I prefer this conduit page rather than the planned flight page. I just like looking at all this stuff down here. What are you going to stream, Lewis? Anyway, I might actually come off. I might do this one flight and I might come off. And then what I might do is I'm tempted just to do a bit of Fortnite, just for the fun of it, just for a little bit of fun. Lewis Bloom on Twitch, yo yo. Lewis a la Bloom. Oh wow, look at this. And Mexico, baby. Holy sholy, look at this, man. This is nuts. Let's go into drone and let's turn Skypark off so you can have a little view. But oh wow, what a scenic place. Runway's right behind me. Whoa. We're gonna go off the edge of a cliff. Ah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Check Discord. I'm not on Discord, and I'm not opening it just in case it crashes. I'm always quiet to you, Lewis, but everyone else can hear me fine. It's just you. It's just you, man. We're back to the plane. Right, let's go. Let's get back in. So we've got to load the plane with nuts. So we just click this button here. Load with nuts.
Okay, Captain, everything wrapped and strapped. Right. Let's go.
Wrapped and strapped. All right. That all right was something else, but let's get this wrapped and strapped, ready to go. Hey up, Eric. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for the follow. So yeah, cheers. This is just a mixture of all sorts. I'm using the Skypark at the moment, and I kind of just randomly chose different places on the Earth. And I started off. Where did I go first, guys? Where was that? What was my first flight? I can't remember what my first flight was, but oh no, tell you where I was, Australia. So I started off in Australia, did a flight, then I went to Japan, did a flight, and now I'm in Mexico, and the scenery is just looking good, so let's head out. Let's do this. Right, so So first things first, set all this up. Just make sure that's free and available. Make sure that's all in and selected on both, which it is. Parking brake on, beacon on, battery. This is where you would normally put your fuel pump on and look at that for a little bit. Count to 5, then turn that off. Ping. Give this a little squizzy squiz, and up we go. 1,200. Lean the mixture out till the RPM's lows. Do the rest of your jazz. Hey up here, hope you're well, mate. I'm in Mexico now, Eric. Mexico. If we just want to have a look, it's actually there. So we're on a little nav map here. And yeah, it's. I'll just zoom out. Mexico just here. And so yeah, that's that. So let's get rid of the Skypad now, and let's start setting up our flight. So the weather is 30.04 is for the altimeter. So 30.04. It's probably about there. We'll go for that. And we'll turn our transponder on. We'll set one notch of flaps as well. Yeah, no worries, Rob. Cheers for joining, and yeah, thanks for that, mate. So then, we've got to look at the winds. So I'm just looking on the second monitor. The winds are at 143, and our runway heading. Damn it. That's fine, isn't it? So that's actually okay. So we're quite lucky because the runway apparently is at 11, and that's what we want to be doing. So closest number is 14. So what's that? So we're all set up. We're actually at almost 4,500 feet up, which is interesting. Cool. So let's go then. What's the airstrip code? Where we're starting off from is Mike Whiskey Mike. So it's MMWM. Mesa del Naya. I've got a funny feeling that's not right. Anyway. Right then, so release the parking brake. Head out to the runway, which is just down here. Mixture full, strobes on, landing lights on. There's a random van on near the runway, but lovely airfield this is. Not very good on the runway, but okay, up we go. Flaps up. Look at this. Whoa! We're going high, man. Now what we need to do is do a left-hand turn out. Maybe give it a little bit of extra trim. Apparently down there's a river. Can't see just yet. There is meant to be a river there, but it's a bit dry to me. What we'll do, we'll climb out. climb out this way, and we can get above there, then we'll hop over. So it's just a quick 15-20 minute flight. This one will be. So let's head out to the left then, because we'll need to head out that way. Just finished leg 10 from Honolulu, San Francisco. Oh man, that's far. Do you sit at the computer Ian, and actually just sit there? Do you sit at this sim constantly sat? I'd have a sleep. I'd be like, yep, it's going. Fair play to you, mate. It's a good trek, isn't it? Now this one might take me a little bit longer because these hills are actually you can start leaning mixture out as well because they're very high. We'll head in this general direction, but I don't really know terrain, so we'll just watch. I think you're in front of you. I might not be on the same server as you though, that's the thing. Sometimes it doesn't show either. Hands on all the way. Yeah, the Sperry's good, isn't it? I'm a light. Nah, I wouldn't see it. Depends what server I'm on as well. So what are you going to stream, Lewis? I don't know what server I'm on, mate. I didn't look. We've picked up some nuts, and we're transporting these nuts across Mexico, and we're gonna. Wow, it's very turbulent here, and we're gonna go to a concrete runway. Tell you what, let me see. I'll check for you. I'm on West Europe. West Europe. Make emotes and stuff. What are you doing making emotes for? What, for your Twitch channel? So have you gone full full, what do you call it? Partners and all that rubbish. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. You was talking about it today. Can't see you anywhere, but you're probably too far ahead. Too far ahead. Look at that. What a barren, man. Taking the trusty 172 out. So as you can see from the Skypad, we're just click the Skypad window. So the highest obstacle is 6,000 feet, 6,700. So that's why on our altimeter we're going up to 6,000 feet here. But that's probably to get over this hill, which we've kind of gone round, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. And then when we get to Santa Teresa, Nahuatl airstrip or whatever, we'll drop off the nuts, and hopefully we'll get to level 3. We'll get to XP level 3. You're behind me now. Jeez. Can't see you, but then it depends what you're flying as well. Right, let's start heading over to the left because we're over the obstacle by the looks of it. We need to start getting into. Okay, so you went for the affiliate, did you, Lewis? Is that why you got the emotes? I might have a chat to you about the affiliate stuff, just to see. Because I only took a brief look into it before. I don't want people to donate and stuff. That's, you know, I don't want to get involved with that, with donating and all that, and cheers and stuff where you get paid. I don't want to get paid. I don't want to get paid to stream. It's more fun. Right, so we'll head that way now. Yeah, so Lewis, my my new yoke is apparently it's with UPS at the moment, and apparently it's going to be delivered on Wednesday. I can't wait. I don't want to get paid, man. I get paid too much at work. No, I just can't be bothered with all the, because if you get paid, you've got to sort all the tax out and all that rubbish. I just can't be arsed with it. I don't get enough viewers to have people subscribing, you know, and paying me money, so that I have to go, oh wow, I earned £10 and I've got to go and do a whole tax back form and tax forms all over that. You know, it's probably different for you because you're a contractor, aren't you? You work for yourself, so I suppose you're already. And also you got to be careful because you've got 2 incomes, so it can be classed as an income, couldn't it? As I say, I'm not too savvy with all this stuff, so I don't really look at it. I can see your nameplate. See, I don't have nameplates on. It ruins the immersion, but I will have a look to see if I can see you most of the time. Most of the time, unless you're right close. Oh, I can see you. Actually, I can see you. So you are just there. I can see your nav lights. I better get back in my plane. Very bumpy here. There you go, a bit of company on the flight, Mr. Eric. Nice. It's a bit turbulent up here though. So we've still got about 7.5 minutes to go. I need to just slightly. Too much. So I wasn't expecting the mountains. I was expecting some nice. I don't know why, because little nav map was covered in mountains. But when I accepted the contract, I was just like, yeah, be alright, be alright. But yeah. we've avoided the mountains. I think the hardest bit's going to be actually finding the airfield to land. I'm hoping it's pretty obvious, but we'll soon see. Whoa, it's turbulent up here. There's navigation to keep flying. Yeah, that's the thing. I saw that in when I was looking. I mean, I looked at it a few years ago, so it's probably all changed, but. Yeah, that's the thing. It's I think at the time when I was looking into that, I was actually streaming quite a lot, and then I took a 6-month break. I don't know if you remember that, but I took a 6-month break, and then when I come back, I wasn't doing it every week, and you know, I kind of took a bit of a back seat on it. So for me, I mean, you know, streaming for me, I do it for fun, I do it for this. When I'm cruising in the plane, rather than sat here being bored, you know, I get to chat to the viewers, and if I have 3 viewers, if I have 10 viewers, whatever, it doesn't bother me, I'll just have a chat. And that's, you know, for the money, I mean, I'm not planning on making a career out of it, so, you know, I'll just do it for the fun. But if anyone's watching this, Lewis Bloom, he's further up in the chat. Feel free to go and follow Mr. Lewis, because he's currently doing a get rid of the dad bod. And if any of you are dads out there, you'll end up with a big podgy belly like me and Lewis. And instead of going out running or doing exercising, doing outside activity exercising, what he's doing is he's putting his VR headset on and he's streaming Beat Saber 1 hour every day. So go and support him, give him some stick, get him to tell him to get his knees up or something, and yeah, definitely go. And, there he is, Lewis Bloom. Click on his name, click follow, boom, job done. That's what you want to be doing. That's what you want.
Alright!
Okay, so it's got another follow. Twitch streamer of the month. Well, cheers for the follow, Twitch streamer. Thanks for that, mate. Mine is work related. Just won't become clear for a while. It's a mixed personal and work project. I'll just reset my camera. Yeah, I thought it might be something related. My plane's going slow, it's because we're so high, but yeah. Right, so we're 4 minutes out now, we're 7 miles out, 7 miles. Let's just have a little, we've got a bit of company up in the top there. So that's Eric, he's up there. This is Mexico that we're flying, and we're delivering nuts on the Skypark. So you've never seen the Skypark? That is what the Skypark looks like, and we're currently just delivering the nuts. We're going to drop the nuts off, and it's all going to be great, mate. Hopefully. Hey up, Shub. How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining from India. That's superb. You're probably the person, the furthest away, the person furthest away that's on my stream. India, brilliant. That's superb. Love it. Whoa, we get some turbulence over the tops of them mountains. Right. So we're coming up close now. We just need to start setting up our start looking at little nav map. Some information around the airport. So 30.04 on the altimeter, so let's just do that. 30.04, that's about right. Work on the altimeter side. The wind is 143, 14 again, So I think it's using the same. Yeah, it's using the same weather station, and we're just about to turn to the left. So turn to the right. So let's start turning to the left. In terms of elevation, I believe it is at 1,385. I can't see that myself. But if we do, we might have to do a few circles to get down. Let's just start slowing down now. So mixture full. We'll start our descent, and we'll see where we end up. We'll see where we end up. So 143. The runway is at 17. So that's the runway we're going to be landing at, which is in the opposite direction. 151617. So I'll just set up the my heading bug, just to give an indication of my I hear a plane. There he is. Whoa! You're ghosting, man. Eric on the stream. Right, so I can definitely see. I think let's just do a little bit of a right-hand swifty turn first. I think that's it down there. Which we're quite far at, which is going to be interesting. It's very turbulent in these mountains. I've just started streaming for the van flight. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. Just having a bit of fun. I've been enjoying your streams actually. From what I've caught. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Just talking to people, just having a bit of fun. I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. What about you? I am doing perfectly fine, my friend. And I'm loving the Skypark at the minute and doing a bit of flying. I've got a brand new Thrustmaster Warthog Flight Stick, so I'm happy with that. I've got a new yoke that's inbound, due to be delivered on Wednesday, so I can't wait for that. Ian knows how much I've been waiting for that. Right, so I think that's our airport. Oh, so we do need to slow down. Oh, I can't see what altitude that airfield's at. 3,014 feet, I believe. So if we go down to 4,000, start slowing down. Where are you? Let's keep heading that way. There we go. There's the runway. Flaps are gonna start coming down now. I need to trim up because a little bit high. We might have to go round, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going round because I'm going round. We're a little bit too high there, so I'm going round anyway, mate. So yeah, cool. Don't forget, Eric. There's a 10-second delay on the stream chat. I have got Discord that I do sometimes. I do normally log on. Let's just keep one notch of flaps, and then I was a little bit too high, so I didn't want to just plough to the earth. But this works out a bit better anyway. So. Start our turn in now. So we're on our base leg now. Just have a look at where the runway is. Where is the runway? I think it's over that way. Yes, indeed it is. I am lost. Where the hell am I going? Is that the runway there? I'm a little bit too low, that's the problem. I think this is the runway, but I've kind of messed up, so... Ah, I've really messed up. I've done it again, we're going round again, boys. I messed up a little bit. Let's just go round again here. That's where we need to go, look at that, just there. I need to go a little bit higher. Wow, I've never gone round twice. My system specs, not huge. I have got a really good graphics card. I've got a what's it called? GTN. Is it GTN? No, RTX. It's an RTX 2080 Ti, I think. In terms of my CPU, I've got an i7 Devil's Canyon overclocked to 4.4 gigahertz. I've got 32 gig of RAM. What else I've got SSDs that run all this stuff. That's a bit better. I feel more comfortable now. A little bit higher, so I'm more comfortable now. Oh, there's a plane up there. Is that you again? This time, it's so turbulent in this little valley. It's nuts. It's so hard to keep the plane level. Right, there we go. There we go. I can actually see where I'm going there. Ish. Right. So let's keep going. I keep getting confused. I'll tell you why I'm getting confused. You see that bit there? I keep thinking that's the runway, but it's not. It's this here. Right. So mixture full, flaps full. Let's head on down. Whoa. Too fast, but I need to land this one. No, we're going round. We're going round. Wow, going far too fast there. Yeah, I stream and sim on the same PC. Yeah. Wow, this one's got a weird approach. I'm just saying it has. It's got a weird approach. I'm determined to do it this time. Why don't you land the way? I could do, but I'm refusing for it to beat me. Right, let's go downwind. Let's keep a bloody eye on the bloody runway. See, now I kind of know what I'm looking for, so I'll definitely keep the speed nice and slow anyway. So. See, it's so weird because it's that one little bit of like dirt that looks like the runway and it's not. So then you kind of think, am I actually going towards the runway? Yeah, it's a strange one. So yeah, so I stream and sim on the same PC. I stream at 1080p but at 30 frames per second, and that's only limited just because of my bitrate. Bitrate that I use can't handle 60 FPS. So, right, so touch of flaps again. Well, let's really do this now. Come on. Let's keep that slow speed. Right, where are we? Okay, so I'm literally just going to start turning again. I've lost the runway again. I keep doing that. I keep losing the runway. That's my biggest problem here. There it is. I found it. Let's keep it steady now. Wow, that's so... no. Wow, I'm turning around. I'm going to do it the Ian way. Oh, whoa. No way. Going downhill is not a good idea. Right, so we've got to go in the opposite direction now. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to turn this thing around. But let's keep it turning, keep nose up. There we go. I didn't want it to be beating me on that one side, but the hill is such a hill. Not a million years are you going to stop on that hill. That is just nuts. Wow, that's a wicked airport. Well, let's just spin this thing around and we'll go and park it somewhere out of the way. Maybe park it next to that plane over there, just behind the van. Where did Eric end up going? Oh, this is where I'm going. Right, strobes off, taxi landing, nav can go off, all these things can go off, flaps are up, perfect. Let's quit the engine then. There we go, right, so I'm just going to turn off my head tracking software for a minute. If that van hits my bloody plane, oh you swine. Oh, let's do it off the roof. Oh, let's do one over there, there we go. Actually, oh, you're there. Okay, fair enough. Let's just do that. Right, is this stock aircraft? Yes it is. It's the stock 172. Yeah, my name on Twitch is UKJim. Shub. Thanks for the smooth landing comment. Super duper. I'm kind of in you. That just sounds wrong, mate. Well done, buddy. That was a... I need to complete the Skypad. I almost forgot. So now we've got to drop off the nuts, look. So we deliver the nuts. Yeah, we get some money. So we've got money. That's our total account now. We've made it up to level 3, which is perfect. We've got lots of good karma. I want to do some of the bad contracts just to knock that karma down a bit. So that's quite interesting. I'm not going to do that tonight though. But yeah, so that's good. I really enjoyed this. It's really good. I absolutely love it. Holdings. So this is the bank. This is the bank. Look. Yeah. And you can, and if you go to your conduit and look at completed, you can look at what it was. So you can look at what completed was, and what the payout was and all that. So yeah, move some nuts. We've moved some leather. We've moved some organic malt. And that was from the other day. It wasn't from today, so. So there you go, that is the Skypark, and I don't know what that does, how that comes to that. We've got some notifications, there's completed contracts, they're all, yeah, it is cool, it's really cool. Really chuffed in about that, so there we go. Looks like you just have an older version of the 172. yeah, I like the steam gauges. So yeah, I like the steam gauges, the default steam gauges. At first, I was looking for I was looking at the glass cockpit, but I prefer the steam. So, anyway, it's time for me to rock and roll now. It's been a pleasure. Welcome to the new people. Hopefully, as I say, the new yoke will be coming. I'm going to do a bit of a unpacking video, I think, and I'm also going to be having a look at the flying with it as well at some point. But obviously, it's going to take time to set up. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I stream on a Monday evening, same time next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, my yoke will all be set up and we'll be flying with the yoke again. And I cannot wait because I love the stick, but I'm really missing a yoke. But yeah, and the new stick that I've got is actually this. So you can see this, but it's the Warthog. It's the Warthog Thrustmaster Warthog Flight Stick, and it's absolutely amazing. It's all made out of metal, and it's really well built. So yeah, I'll recommend that all day long. Cheers for the follow, Shub. Yeah, I did notice that. Expensive stick. It is, but then it's worth it. You know, like I wouldn't recommend something if it wasn't worth it. The whole thing's just made out of metal, and it feels solid. Like I literally use my old stick, and it's just cheap. It just doesn't feel. And the sensors inside, you know, it's so sensitive. The slightest movement, it makes a whole lot of difference. But anyway, that's that. We've been going for about 2 hours, so it's been a brilliant flight. I do throw in other streams as well, just things like I started doing a bit of Fortnite, which, you know, it's just a bit here and there. But my main channel is to do with flight sim. But every now and again I throw in a few racing with Lewis. Every now and again I do a bit of SnowRunner. Have you ever heard of SnowRunner? And I also do a bit of I've started to do a little bit of Fortnite, which I might have a quick go on actually, but I'll start a new stream and do that. Oh no, I won't. I'm calling it a night. It's a bit late, I'm tired. But yeah, cool. We haven't raced in ages. But anyway, thanks for the flight, everyone. Thanks for joining, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to join my Discord and click on the little plane icon, give you access to all the channels. Enjoy. Take care. Good night.